Well, it's February, and we're headed for the end of the D1 regular season in hockey, folks. This is Rich McDonough along with Kyle Heavey today from JFK Arena in sunny Manchester, where the visiting defending champs, Bishop Guertin Cardinals, are here to play the Manchester Kings. The two of them are neck and neck in the playoff standing, which BG has come to expect, and the Kings are delighted to be in. What do you think, Kyle?
Happy Valentine's Day, Rich. Yeah,
Oh,
this is going to be a great game. I didn't realize until we saw, this is my fourth time seeing Bishop Guertin this year. They've had some good wins at home thanks to their home barn in the Skate 3 down in Tingsboro.
Right.
And now we get to see them up here. This is the same Bishop Guertin team that lost to Trinity earlier this season. So this is going to be a wild game. Manchester, on the other hand, have had one game in 15 days, which is a lot of time off, but they looked phenomenal against Bedford on Saturday when they were able to take them down. So anything can happen here, and we're ready for the puck to drop.
It's going to be rest versus rust, right? All right, start now for the Kings. It's Tafe, Lassard, Tessier, and Canton and Cunningham on the fence. For Bishop Guertin, last second change gets Caleb Young into the starting D pairing along with McLean. Up front, it's Dulude, Mantone, and Cordero. And off to the races we go here at JFK on February 14th, not far into the first period, and one's already up in the twine behind the left side of our arena.
You know, it's funny, we were joking yesterday when we were at the girls' game versus Exeter that the puck never really left until late in the third period, and now here we are 22 seconds in, and we had a stoppage in play.
There were no souvenirs, as you said. Not until the third period, which is highly unusual. All right, collecting the puck right there is Ryan Locken for BG. He zips one onto the goalie, Velez, who's a good goalie, sees it well, and he knocks out the first one of the day. Coming into the game, a record 7-6-0, seventh place for the hometown Kings, and they're only 4 points behind BG, as Kyle and I were just mentioning. It's been a real successful season for them, and they find themselves right in the hunt in the middle of the pack in preseason expectations where they could hang around and make the tourney, and I think they're showing that they got the chops to get in and be at least a factor. And you want to get on a roll. Bishop Guertin is 8-5-1, defending champs, as I said. They're in sixth place, number 4 in the Hockey Night in Boston poll. Kings are the 10th in the Hockey Night in Boston poll for New Hampshire. That said, Bishop Guertin's lost 2 in a row after winning 3 straight. So they got to get off the schneid, and that thing finds its way.
What a phenomenal spot in the boards to cause that to go right on goalie and not be an icing. So
yeah.
Someone's paying attention geometry class.
Yeah, well, it's like they got good geometry as a BG parent. I know that. But he ricocheted that one off like it was a paddle in a pinball game.
Mac Tripp in the corner, bodies the player up for BG, but now
lifting one up there was Dulude. And now getting it all the way down the ice and getting a change after dumping it to the corner was Cade Tripp, his older brother. Terrific defense. And here comes Dulude with the puck for BG, gets it up and into the neutral zone. Kings take over, and zipping it back in and deep is Cunningham. Kind of like a couple of boxers trading looks and shots early on, getting to know each other. Here comes Mantone, father's a coach. Brother was on that championship team as well from last season.
That family doesn't scream hockey at all, Rich.
Nah, neither do the Tripps or the Velezes. All right, nice job getting it down the slot, but unable to hold on to that was said Mantone. But kept inside nicely at the blue line by Kelly and sticked aside by Velez, and it goes all the way down the ice, and we will have an icing
Guertin coming out playing extremely well, keeping the puck in the zone, and really been quick to bring the puck through the neutral zone and get it into the offense. And you can hear Coach Baker talking to his team right now about, be smarter with the puck, start, plan to get the puck out of the zone one way or another.
All right, now Hearn and Velez go to the dot.
Martin getting out of a warning. But he gets the puck, and look at
Nice
this.
job. Look at the speed. Martin off to his, goes up center and goes up left and all the way to the corner in a hurry.
And throws a little check.
Nice centering pass from behind. Great look by McLaughlin. And able to squeeze that one was Casey.
That was just
Casey. They pulled that one. The Connor Hayes is in the cage today. For the Cardinals, that is. All right, 12-18 and counting in the first frame. 0-0, keeping in the puck in is Velez, doing his brother a favor there. And going all the way down to the chest and knocking the goal off his moorings, was McLaughlin.
I didn't really see what happened there. All of a sudden, I just see him sliding into the goalkeeper.
Yeah,
and now
ice monster, who knows?
This ice looks very nice today. I got to say that. It's done a phenomenal job by the Parks and Rec to keep this JFK Arena, as old as it might be, in tip-top
Caleb
shape.
Young with an errant pass on the clear, intercepted by Velez, who takes a shot, misses everything, and it squirts out of the zone and all the way down the ice for BG into the Kings defensive zone. Handling the puck quickly on the, couldn't see that. It was, looks like it was Cam Miller, that's right, and they get it into the, but Cam Miller had that whole thing staring at him. Velez got down close enough to the ice to cause that misdirection, and I can see Caleb Young, who's a kid I coached.
Ty Adams does not look like he is in good shape right here. He seems like he's in some pain. He had come down and kind of wasn't there on the defense there, and we can only hope that the sophomore can be all right.
All right, Gavin Santos speeds down the ice, gets it up, and helps with some help, gets it out of the D zone, lifting it high and hard and fast for the Cardinals, who's coming down, screaming down the slot, was Dekarski. I got a chance to talk to him before the game. Nice kid. He is a senior forward. All right, and going to the dot is Dekarski, lining it up against Lassard. Dekarski wins that one. It squirts right by Velez's pads and to behind the cage there. And getting it out. Nice job getting it up to Tafe. Cross ice pass on a diagonal finds the speeding Tessier, who's been skating like you know what lately. He can scream down the ice, Kyle.
Yeah, he's kind of like a fastball coming down the ice, while others might be curveballs. He's got a lot of speed for sure.
All right, Itaraga tries to get it out of the corner. It's picked off and then shuttled behind the net. And taken down from behind there was Canton. And the ref's hands go up. And we are going to get our first penalty in the form of a tripping call.
That was a lot of 3 players falling down on the ice, and who is officially credited with
number 11. It's Cordero. No, it's Dekarski. Kid I just said was such a nice guy, and he is a nice guy.
Well, you jinxed him or something here, Rich, as now
he happens to be my son's classmate.
Manchester on the power play here.
All right, here we go. Power play coming up.
Let's see what the Eversource power play can do. Eversource bringing power to your home here in the Queen City.
Well, I tell you what, we saw
free advertising here, apparently.
We saw the Kings get on top early against BG earlier. Not the Kings, the Pioneers get on top early against BG right here earlier in the season. And they didn't recover from that, so the Kings want a repeat performance of that.
Yeah, that was a Saturday game and an early one at that, too. I think it was an 11 o'clock start, if I remember correctly.
Zinging down the ice was Martin. They can't keep this one in. I think Trepanier got a stick on that one and goosed it out of the zone. Nice job by Trepanier. Finds its way back into the BG zone, but they handle it and get it up ice. And they're getting some line change there. Nice job. Free fresh, led by Cordero, who I blame for the penalty. Sorry, Noah. Apologize for that one. And BG in the form of Caleb Young able to collect this one. He zips it down ice, and we're already at 50 seconds. They've killed off a minute 10 with barely a setup. Pretty good PK by Bishop Guertin. Maybe I'll jinx them too.
Now at least getting into the zone. Oh, tried for the pass. He had a player, but it was got to give Lucas credit. He saw something and it just hit off a skate.
Yeah, it hit off Idaraga's skate and bounced out. Sometimes it bounces in. This time it went out. Santos handles it in the corner, and he takes a shot and zips it down the ice, and that kills off another big chunk of time, and we're down to 20 on the PK if you are the Bishop Guertin Cardinals faithful. All right, on Tafe's stick there. Gets it over across the neutral zone. Nothing doing. Good poke out by Caleb Young.
And now new fresh legs for Manchester as we're back to full strength.
Yep.
And for Manchester, they will try to work on that power play later on, possibly, because that.
All right, here comes Young. He won the holiday tournament skills contest or the agility contest. Heck of a skater for Bishop Guertin. I coached him in lacrosse.
Martin getting a little check on him there by.
Nicely kept in right there by Santos. Holding it up at the blue line, but gets up, squirts up to Martin. Martin goes down the ice, loses it as he enters the offensive zone. BG throws it into the neutral, can't get it up front. And there's Young picking it up again. He's been on the ice for quite a while.
I gotta say, Guertin is really doing a good job in the neutral zone, stopping Manchester. But the other thing is, they're just setting the puck down, so it's causing everyone to have to skate harder.
All right, now Kelly and McLaughlin are on the fence line for the Cardinals, and now McLaughlin's got to go chase hard.
Lassard with a broken stick, so he's got to come off.
All right, here comes the other McLaughlin. They got McLaughlins on both sides, and this one goes an early souvenir today, Kyle.
Let's see.
And the Valentine's Day couple up in the stands there. I don't know if they're a couple.
No, it's the gentleman by himself who's throwing it back on the ice. Congratulations to you. Glad you were able to pay attention. They do have signs warning about fans about the paying attention, and
must have been a visiting team home run.
It will help the Kings here as the faceoff will come in the offensive zone here. So,
all right, Mantone and Tafe lock it up. Tafe gets the better of this one, gets outside the zone, and they got to tag up and zip it back to the corner.
Michael Blair just saw that and was like, "No, send it back down."
All right, watch Bishop Guertin's spacing here. Nice job. Good defense there by Nasura.
They had to wait because it would have been an offsides. So.
And Velez, no yips in that kid. Sophomore, yip-free goaltending. As an old goalie, I like seeing it.
Yeah, it's a huge thing to have as he was really on his head from what I was told about in the Bedford game on Saturday. And so far, he's looking strong.
Here comes Tafe. Rockets one down to the 5-hole. Way to go, Connor Hayes, if you're rooting for BG. He got there down in a hurry, and he came out about 3 or more feet extra to cut down that angle. That was a wise choice. Again, I play the lines as a goalie. I'm not the newfangled goalie. I like cutting down the angles. All right, getting through. BG wins this draw to the right of Casey, and they get it up the ice, and here comes Tokarski one more time. Gets it. Just misses the right post. Ricochets off the dasher board. Big slapping shot at it there by Schultz. A strong defenseman there, and he zings it off the boards just by the red line there. But nice job keeping it in and getting a little change there is Cade Tripp.
Yeah, I guess great job on Cade to keep possession but not go over the blue line.
Oh. And good defense, rubbed him off the puck there. I thought Tokarski had a look at it. Got to talk to Steve Tripp, as we do frequently. What a good guy.
Certainly gives us intel when he has it as well.
Great DNA.
Glad to see that Mac. Obviously, we were kind of worried for him a few weeks ago when he got his shoulder injury, but he seems to be back and better than ever.
Well, that one was iced at the 6:21 remaining mark, folks. And we are going to the dot nearest our camera, or farthest, near side of our camera, farthest away from the camera there. I'll get it right.
Still goose eggs up on the scoreboard here for both squads.
It's Valentine's Day. I'm planning dinner for Ms. McDonough. Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey up here in the booth at JFK. It's always fun, Kyle.
And Lassard getting kicked out. Tessier has to take the face off, and he is defeated.
All right, paddled away by Velez. He's looking strong early on. They're testing him for sure. Seeing the puck real well, and fanning on a centering pass. That was Duluth again.
He looks very scary with one-timers in the slot right there.
He is not diluted today. And he gets down the ice. I thought he was going to the box, but he's not. He's just on the ice. That's some good speed, bringing it up there by Kelly. And squeezed in there was Dulude. And they rubbed tape off the puck and hitting. Ooh, ouch. Zinging Dulude in the back. Jinxing everybody today. And Dulude gets rocked for his trouble right there. 5:30 and counting.
Mazoras got that chance to just send it down the corner. And now Manchester is centering feed. And just gets too much air on that.
Well, Mac Tripp just came out of the bench there, and he's looking to hunt the puck.
Mazoras takes a seat.
Hunting James Mantone right there was Mac Tripp. And a nice tie-up in the corner. Who's going to come up with this one? Jamming his stick in there.
Mac will take it and
he's
send it
hunting
away.
The puck all right.
There was 3 Cardinals in there, and he was able to use his strength and get it out.
All right, Caleb Young saucers it over and across, and they zip one all the way down about 110 feet onto the pads of Velez, who steers it away.
Second time we've seen that today, too.
Yeah, BG wraps that in the corner. Centering pass, finds Locken, and he can't bury it because Velez went from post to post in the blink of an eye, and he stops one low and gets the squeeze and freeze at 4:39. Nice job by Velez after a good job centering by the Cardinals there. I got to say, Kyle, Gary Bishop, Cardinals coach of the year last year, graduates 15 players, and he's back in the hunt for the top bracket again. So great coaching job with basically a revised squad.
That's a lot of seniors for sure.
That's a ton.
Now Manchester finally able to get it out of the zone.
Hey, look at that. Here comes the other Velez getting it down and across. That ricochets out, and it keeps going. The only one able to pick that up there is Tokarski. He loses the puck, goes and gets it back and brings it back to safety zone and gets it up around the half wall. Nice collection there by Locken. Tries to poke it out, and this time does.
Look at
that was smart by Velez to backhand it off the wall and go around his man.
He was almost playing like a penalty kill there. It was impressive to see what he was able to offer to keep that puck in the zone there.
McLaughlin gets it out of the zone, only to have his counterpart with the 12, Mantone, zip it back in, and now we're just playing ping pong here. And that one hits everything like an old Steve Miserak pool shot.
It really was impressive. Fortunately, it did not go into the pocket, and instead it's we got a icing here, 3:45 remaining, and for the Cardinals, here's a chance for them. If they can win this faceoff, they've looked good down this side of the ice.
And Lassard gets the better of O'Hearn there. Kings win it, try to get it up the ice, and all the way down she goes. Watching it go by is Connor Hayes.
Referees are skating a lot, too. We haven't even really had a chance to mention them.
Yeah, it was so busy. It's Mike Gould out there with Kevin Cunningham.
I mean, they got to be needing some water at the first intermission as well, as they've been back and forth with a lot of icings.
They need dinner on the stove after this one. I think they got their steps in for the day, Kyle.
Thank you to Connor Cunningham for not missing the glass and getting it down the other end of the ice. But that's 3 icing in a row. And for that, the camera's been hit before. You almost came close to getting hit last week.
Yeah.
So we'll see if we can remain scot-free today.
I haven't moved that fast since I was in the cage for Fairfield U.
Battle ensues off the face-off. And
great job getting it out by Tafe. And glove down to the ice there by Cunningham.
He got some ups on that. I'm
He
impressed.
did. He can leap and skates. What an athlete. All right, nice job collecting the change there by Tessier. He gets it across the ice. Big swat at it right there by Tafe. I don't even need to see the numbers anymore. I know who Tafe's build. He's got that long, angular.
I'm glad to see him and Cunningham back together. It certainly has been a good combo on defense.
Well, BG's doing a good job. Can't stay on there is Cordero.
He is upset with himself.
Yeah, O'Hearn.
O'Hearn,
they had
okay.
a 3-on-2 developing. Sorry about that, Kyle. They're loose.
Slamming the
their
stick
loose
down.
jerseys are fluttering around, so it looked like double ones there. But we will have a face-off at 2:46 remaining to the dot right under Kyle's camera here. Should be fun to watch. Young zips it across the ice, goes into the zone. Not offsides this time, the Cardinals, and get to the slot. Big throw in on by McLaughlin there. Ricochets off of Velez's breadbasket and out and into the trusty hands of Tripp. And they get a 2-on-1 in the corner, but it squirts loose. And the only guy able to collect it there is Cordero. Works it up the ice, and here he comes with some speed. Nice poke check. Nice poke check there by, Canton, excuse me. A name I've called 1,000 times, I ought to know by now.
And now we got another souvenir, and see who's getting this one here.
They need red pucks today for the Valentine's special.
It would make sense for sure. There's no red out here for this game.
Just in the center of the ice there in the dots, but 2:09, folks. And it's been an action-packed game. Nothing in the twine so far.
But it's been a fun 13 minutes of action here for sure.
Absolutely. The kids are working it, giving it their all in a very meaningful game.
Oh,
there's
big
a big
hit
hard
on
board.
Ty Adams. And
and Mantone's going to go. He didn't even balk. He knew exactly what happened. I don't understand. I've never been able to understand that as a lacrosse player. Been between the pipes a little bit in hockey. But you see the back of the jersey, just plain and simple. I don't know. Anyway, into the boards and into the box goes Mantone.
That's a big loss for the captain
That's
of the
huge.
Cardinals.
And a great skater, coach's son, cerebral player usually. And we got 2 minutes in the bin for him. And it goes right to Caleb Young, who zips it down the full length of the ice.
On net, too. It's a shot on goal.
Yeah, I know it. I was just watching his body language. As I said, I coached him for years in lacrosse, and he is a tiger. Such a good athlete. He's headed to play Division I lacrosse at Stony Brook, Kyle.
Boy, it hits Peter.
Yeah, no kidding.
I hope he's all right there. Yeah, he's feeling it in the bicep right now. He's a marathon runner, if anything. And
I got to say hi to him before the game.
He's not one that doesn't appreciate getting hit with, he's got no pads on.
Yeah, he's all smiles there, and he.
And another one coming right at Cade Tripp.
You'd almost think they did something to the players.
Something's going on over here.
They're laughing in the boxes. They really are. There's camaraderie with these moments.
Now
great job zipping that through. Itaraga, he gets to the net and gets rubbed out from behind by Mac Tripp. Good job by Tripp to recover. Gets it down the ice, and here comes Martin with some speed. Gets it behind the net, starts looking harassed is the only thing I could say is Caleb. That's not Caleb Young, excuse me, that's Kelly. And they finally get it settled across the ice, but fanning on it is Cunningham, and it works its way to the Cardinals and out of the ice, and they get their fence line to change.
Ryan Martin did a phenomenal job on that play, keeping it alive. He got in the zone way before his teammates were there, and
that should have been offsides there on Cordero because he collected it and brought it north. Anyway, we're under a minute, 54 seconds left in the power play for the Kings and the PK for the Cardinals. Rich McDonough, Kyle Hebe here on an action-packed as fighting for it and fighting in the corner almost. That was Cordero getting to the bottom of the slot with the loose change, and able to get the squeeze is Velez with 48.2 on the clock and 45 in the sin bin to Mantone. And Cordero goes to the dot, wins this one, but they just shovel it back in to buy some more time.
Just not.
Makes its way outside, and Kelly throws it in, but he hadn't had his mates back with him yet. We're just a tick under 40, folks. 35 in the bin for Mantone. No score here at JFK.
Manchester's passing needs to be a little bit more crisper. I feel like this is their second time on the power play, and they just have not been able to connect it. Now look at this. You should have, could have been an icing.
And Caleb Young with a huge windup. That would have been gone yard in any ballpark. Velez handles it, almost taken away by the Cardinals. That's Dulude again, who's been busy. Nice windup by Young, and sticked aside by Velez. Velez has been one busy fella right now. We're at 10 and counting. They will release the penalty before we break for the intermission, folks. 3-2-1, and Mantone is sprung. You are free, my man. And that'll wind us out of this first period. Action-packed, back and forth. 1 penalty only, a bunch
Two
of
penalties.
2 penalties, sorry about that. A bunch of shots on goal for the Cardinals, not as many for the hometown Kings, and we'll get the stats at intermission. What are your thoughts, Kyle, as we break?
Both teams really are doing a good job of, in certain areas. I feel like the Cardinals have done great in the neutral zone and had some better quality shots. Manchester obviously has had a great goaltender who's standing on his head right now. It's really going to come down to a lot of discussion in the locker rooms to see who can get the first goal and possibly the winning goal.
Right on. All right, well, folks, that's a quick wrap-up. We'll do a little bit more recap as we get started, but we'll have a fresh 15 on the clock and a fresh sheet of ice here at JFK. Rich McDonough, Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television. See you on the other side, folks. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to Manchester, New Hampshire's JFK Arena. Bishop Guertin Cardinals, defending champs NHIAA D1 hockey, visiting the Manchester Kings hockey game, co-op team, doing a great job this year. And they're in the middle of the hunt for the playoffs. It's a 0-0 score after one very busy first period in which BG probably had the upper hand, but there's plenty to be settled. Kyle Heavey joining me. Rich McDonough here. What did you think, Kyle?
Yeah, I mean, the 13-5 ratio of shots from BG to Manchester was a huge number.
Massive. And BG offsides to get us started. I guess the fresh ice was too slippery.
Yeah, Braden McLean and Noah Cordero only could see so much as the puck was sliding faster than they were expected. And, well, we'll see them still out there, I believe.
Yeah, Velez will line it up here against Tokarski. Forked out of there by Hughes. I met his dad earlier on. Good to see you. All right, BG gets it out, and here comes a really fast Caleb Young, lefty by training and by trade, and he zips it onto Velez's pad and stays in the zone, but not before.
McLaughlin,
yeah,
right
McLaughlin,
here.
Excuse me, I was looking at the other McLaughlin. Good Lord. And he gets it onto the pads.
For just a sophomore, you got to remember he is, was talented last year coming in and playing for this squad, and to see him just, growing up and becoming an even better teammate and skater, it's great to see.
I love seeing it. Yep.
I know that Andrew Arndt and I were busy last year with doing a lot of games with Manchester.
Got to do one game with Andrew, great kid. Isn't he at Coastal Carolina?
Coastal Carolina.
There we go.
Oh,
that one squirts between Hayes' pads. Almost had a chance, but nothing doing. Goes left of the post and able to hang on to it there. It's Provencher. He zips it onto the left slot. And Tripp couldn't get that to go. Nice block inside by the Cards. And it squirts out, evades, and north of the blue line. And here comes Tokarski. He backhands it in, but intercepted by the Kings as the Cards get a Kings and Cards. It sounds like we're playing poker. All right, 13, winding down to 13 minutes, almost 2 gone in this second period. Knotted up at 0 at JFK.
Mazzora taps that in.
And we got a wholesale change going on. Look at the...
A lot of white skating down.
Oh, that one almost squirted in off of the left toe of Velez, and it goes down the ice, and able to collect it there is McLean. He backpedals and zips it in through the neutral zone. It deflects off a boot, and icing is waved off. Tripp picks it up and rifles it over to the corner, finds Tafe at the half wall, who gets it up and gone. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the clock now as we're well under 13 minutes. And looking for some backside feeding action there was Trepanier. Finally gets loose from the scrum. And looks like Lassard's going to come up with it. He can't, goes back to the corner.
Let's see what Lucas can do. He's waiting for the puck to possibly go the other way. And now it's going to end up with Ty Adams. Good to see him back.
Yeah, good feed, but able to collect it there was Tafe. And this one's golfed onto the pads of Hayes and outside to his right, our left. And some good physical contact there down below. Tafe feeds it across the crease. Nothing doing, nobody home. Couldn't get any tape on that one, but it goes back and finds it in Provencher, who gets it up, comes to the half wall and out, and taking it down the ice is O'Hearn. He's 1-on-3 right now, barely has any help, but he throws it in on the pads of Velez anyway. who gets it down to the ice with the freeze and squeeze at 11:40 remaining.
You know, he used the defender as a pick and tried to screen the goalie itself and was able to throw it on net. It was a very smart move. And back and forth these go, and now we have a late change here from Manchester.
A little chess match going on, going to the dot for his Mantone. He had one of the 2 penalties in the first frame there. Nothing doing, everybody killed off everything. All right, backhanded out and into the neutral zone and through. And golfing it down the left side there is Dulude. And this, we got a 2-on-1 here if they get it fast enough. And nice sweeping glove save by Velez. That one feels good as a former goalie. You got to love it when you get those reachers. Nice job, 11:22 remaining. And back to the dot to Velez's right.
His glove is ready for anything so far in this contest.
Seeing the puck beautifully.
He really has done a phenomenal job. And, well, we got another souvenir, so who gets it this time?
And that pack right there kind of in the center has gotten the brunt of it. Yeah, but Velez, as you said, he saw 13 shots come at him. You know, a few were from long range, but he had some ones that he got to feel like he dodged a bullet there.
For sure, and that's why to hear about what he did against Bedford, it seems like he has been just the key to this team, and now, not an offsides. What? Okay. Well, I think you saw what I saw with, trying to skate. Maybe they just gave him the benefit of the doubt that he was, and now a turnover.
Here we go, 3-on-1, big-time odd man rush, and right to the breadbasket. Didn't make him move too much, and that was Dulude lifting it up. And he's got his head down. He wishes he had pulled it to his right and Velez's left. And he had a shot because Velez had drifted way, way past center. But nice job by Velez. Again, yip-free goaling.
That could be a huge storyline if this game ends up
all right, Aiden Kelly forces it down the slot and picking up the loose change off the rebound and the save was the kid we've been mentioning all night, Stakarski, the senior. And he's able to get the second rebound and golf it in.
And for Manchester, they just needed to get that out of the zone. Cam had already made a great save on a 3-on-1, and unfortunately, that one gets by him and a 1-0 Cardinal lead. But Manchester knows what they got to do, and that's get the puck in the net as well. And now instead, it's going to be an offsides.
All right, so at 10:42, folks, remaining in the second period here at JFK, it's now Bishop Guertin 1, the Manchester Kings 0, and the goal scorer Tokarski's going to the dot.
Kind of a miscommunication there between Mac and Cam. It's right there. Can they get another one?
Oh, Velez is true. He gets sprawling. Top of the slot, nothing doing. And Velez pokes this one out, and it goes to the side. A furious 2 minutes by Bishop Guertin, who backhanded to the paint one more time. And it goes out past the half wall, but kept in there by Kelly, who got one of the 2 assists. On that goal, Locken got the other one. Wow, furious rushes by Bishop Guertin, and it looks like it's all green out there right now, Kyle.
It's definitely been a great job winning these scrums and keeping it in the zone, and a lot of centering feeds that just I know Ty Adams, Mac Tripp, and all these guys who have been out here for a long time, and finally getting it covered up.
And I'll tell you, Tokarski is hunting the puck. I said that about Tripp earlier, but this time Tokarski, he got the goal there, folks. And he is hunting the puck, and he had a chance to get number 2 in 2 minutes. 9:50, we're under 10 minutes. 1-0 Cardinals with this drop. And keeping it in one more time. Seems like it had been interminable possession here. Whoa, huge collision over there at the half wall. Nobody hurt, everybody up, and back through the neutral zone it goes. And the Ice Monster strikes, and up to pick that up there is Blas. Gets it around Provencher. Provencher tries to zip it up to the dot, nothing doing. And this one squirts loose and out of the zone. Big
now
swing.
Back at it.
Nice job putting it back in as Cunningham and get his fellas up there. Wow. Frenetic few minutes here, Kyle. Oh, and losing the puck of the Cardinals. Who's there? Whoa, that's Cade Tripp. We're just talking about his brother.
And
now he goes to the ice, and we got a call. And it looks like McLaughlin, the Bishop Guertin McLaughlin's going to go to the sin bin for 2.
Third time on the penalty kill, and Cade was going in hot, to try to make a play, and he just kind of really lost his balance more than anything.
Yeah.
It's a tough call for the referee, as they maybe thought that was a interference or a cross check.
They called interference. So I think McLaughlin, more than anything else, helped him to the ice.
And now look at this coming the other way.
Big skating by Cunningham. He almost beats his man back down the ice. That was the steam, and Cordero had some good play in the first frame. All right, trying to get a reset here, get some spacing, get your fellas in and ready for your special teams. That one evades Velez, and it'll become an icing. And we'll see the other Velez, the younger Velez, see that in front of him as we drop it to his left.
0-2 on the power play, and let's see if Manchester can get something going here. It's a good crew of people. Actually, we're at the wrong dot.
Up.
Weird how they changed
our
that.
right.
Yeah.
His right.
Able to win it because
Kings
there
win
was
this.
no winger there.
Kings this one, they get it up to a McLaughlin. Oh, and he can't hang on, and Cordero takes that puck and sails it over the glove and the head of Velez. Counting your stars right there. Swatting it into the offensive zone was McLaughlin there. This one comes back. It's gloved down to the ice by Tafe. Tafe gets it in, and Tessier rattles it around the dasher boards to the corner, but collecting it there is Kelly. He comes up his own slot and goes up north outside the blue, and the front line gets some changes for the Cardinals.
It's funny that we've been able to see a number of Aiden Kellys who are good at hockey. Oh!
Has to duck that one. I get myself a Valentine's Day puck. Where'd it roll? Here it is.
Back on the ice it goes.
I don't want to
Just throw it.
I don't want to hit anybody.
Just deflected up at us, and it's going to be a face-off in the Manchester offensive zone.
Wow, I get one a week now.
Seriously.
All right, nice win there by Lassard, and zipping it onto the breadbasket of Hayes was Canton.
Can's looking at his stick like,
What happened?
what happened? How did that not bend as much as I wanted it to? But
It's
a good
like-
face-off win, and now another opportunity.
Don't let Coach Mack touch the puck. He's been jinxing everybody all day. All right,
Shot there kind of just stopped,
Woo.
and
Hayes seeing the puck really well right now, which is a good thing because they're throwing it on him with some pace. 37 seconds left in the power play and the PK if you're BG.
Jake Lassard doing a heck of a job on these face-offs.
Oh, and another save by Hayes. That one went up into the twine. That took
Tessier is wishing for another opportunity like that, quick off the draw, and now we have another face-off here.
Mantone and Lassard introduce themselves again. Nice job by Tafe keeping that puck low and on his blade. Cross ice pass the trip, sails it left of the pipe, and it goes and ricochets behind. Tafe handling it, gets it back behind the post, and golfed out, backhand golf job there by Santos. That travels almost all the way down the puck as we wind down to 10 seconds left on the penalty.
Well, Manchester did a heck of a better job on that power play than they did the first two. And yeah, they're still down one, but that still gives them some confidence going forward.
And Dekarski, the goal scorer, goes in for McLaughlin, who was in the box. Nice job by Tafe, passes it to himself, gets down to the left slot and sails it over the head of Hayes. And it's in the corner where they'll fight for it and gets it up the half wall, past it, and out to the blue line. Nicely kept in again by Tafe.
Yeah, he tried to pass that in and hit off one of his teammates, and now
He must have gotten some coaching at home.
I would say so.
Absolutely. Great deflection there by Trepanier.
Just
Finds its way back in.
Connor Cunningham just barely missed that with opportunity to go the other way.
Here comes Caleb Young again, ricocheting it off his own man, and it's called an icing at 6:17 remaining in the second period. BG up 1-0 in an important playoff implication-laden game here at JFK.
Whatever Manchester has done differently, they're have looked great on the offensive side of things. I don't know if they just let BG get tired of skating and with all those icings and stuff like that, but it's for a lot of time off, it seems like they are getting things warmed up right here.
Sure, but hey, they got a lot to play for, and there's a trip, nothing, no call. Kind of surprised. The ref was taking a look at that one. Hit the skate blade, and down he went. Nothing doing. Here we go. Under 6 minutes. BG stuck in the neutral zone. Golfing it in there was McLean, and the Kings will reset.
Hits ricochets off and getting lucky so far, but it is still.
Velez sizzles it off the boards and through the neutral zone. Picked up there by Caleb. It's Kelly. He got a change for Caleb Young. Again, I was lucky enough to coach Caleb Young in lacrosse, that is, and he's going to play D1, folks. All right, here come the Cardinals one more time. They get revved out of the puck there. Stays in the offensive zone, but now picking it up and getting it out are the Kings. They dump it in so they can get some fresh legs on.
And it works for them because now they will have fresh legs and a face-off in the offensive zone for them. And that was a good job of really keeping the puck away from the Cardinals right there. I'm not sure which player that was, but it was a phenomenal job of just going left, going right, trying to get it away from the Cardinals, who were really looking like there was birdseed out there.
Also a good job of recognizing your personnel, you know, and where they were in relation to the puck and the goalie, so they had to freeze it. Good job. Nice job keeping it in right there was Mantone. Cerebral player, you'd expect that from another coach's son.
Takes the check, still trying to keep the possession here, and now
And Young frees it up, gets it out. Nice diagonal pass. That thing is floating and finds itself on the puck of Dulude. Dulude wheels around, goes behind, tries to cram from behind, nothing doing. Bottom of the slot, though, picking it up was Cordero. Can't get that one in. Velez was right there squeezing the pipe. Nice job. Nice cross-ice pass, and introduced to the ice here at JFK was Mantone. He's been there before.
will be an icing, but woof.
And they iced Mantone in the process. 4:25 remaining in another action-packed period here, Kyle.
It's a big face-off here, and Ty Adams giving some love to Cam Velez, who's really only giving up one, but at the same time, he's probably got about 25 shots on him.
All right, Lassard wins that briefly, but it goes to the Cardinals after it knuckles forward and up toward the blue line and onto the glove of Velez.
Cunningham giving him some love this time, so.
Schultz had a big look at that with nobody in front of him, so Velez was able to see it. He tries it again. That hits a boot this time. Rudely knocked down to the ice was Ty Adams. And steaming hard up the ice. Tafe can't get that twig on there, the long-rangey player. And nice job there by Trepanier. Take it away and get to the corner. Uses that force, gets it wheeling behind the ice. Now we're on north up to the blue line, bottom of the slot, trying to handle it there in traffic is O'Hearn. Nicely taken away there by Tessier. Oh, and that squirts through the 5-hole and in! And we got a goal from the fence line in the form of Aiden Kelly, the senior captain for the Cardinals. And now the visitors are up 2-0.
It looks like Cam Miller is actually going to be the one who's touching everyone first. I believe he is actually going to be credited with this goal scorer, as it got deflected, and that's why it changed direction on Velez. But now 2 goals in this period. BG is definitely in control, but as you like to say, worst lead in hockey here.
All right, 2-0 for the visitors at 3:42 and counting. Second period here. And Young gets it across the ice, diagonally passes. It connects with Trepanier. He finds the stick of O'Hearn. O'Hearn tries to get it through the crease and across. It does, but it finds nobody.
Yeah, Cam Miller credited with that goal.
Cam Miller.
And now BG on the offensive attack. They are looking to add a third one in this period.
Wow,
shot from
that
far.
One gets to Velez. Through a sea of legs and boots right there. 3:11 left in the period, and it's 2-0.
That's one that you wish you could try over again. Just the way that it just trickled past and It didn't hit the back of the net with much force, as it really was.
Not if you're the goalie. All right, to the dot, folks, goes earlier goal scorer Dekarski. This one goes to corner. Dekarski collects it. Tripp finds it again. And dangerous puck getting to the bottom of the slot, but out and through the neutral zone. We got a 2-on-2 developing. Poked aside, but able to backhand. It was Velez, the senior, and able to freeze that one as Connor Hayes at 2:52 remaining.
At the same time, McLaughlin and Martin were up there trying to get that 2-on-1, and it kind of just didn't happen as well. And Velez was able to come back and at least try to slap that past the goaltender, but try it again here.
And Dekarski wins another one. BG gets it out, but it's slapped back in by Velez. And really skating fast there is McLaughlin. I was listening to one of the coaches on the bench. I couldn't see which one it was for the Kings, just saying it's time for you leaders to step up. And there's one of them. McLaughlin gets to this crease, can't poke that one in as he slides through and across Hayes. And boy, that was a close one if you're the Kings. You want to have that one back. Yeah,
they just did not slide the direction that they wanted to, and onsides go the Cardinals, and with an opportunity here.
Dekarski takes it from Itaraga. Itaraga gets up to the bottom of the opposite slot. They can't get that one in. Nice poke there by Velez to get that loose, and golfing it up and high and wide. That actually looked like a tee shot for the Kings, and back down in front of Velez we go. Precisely 2 minutes left in the second period.
120 seconds there. We'll see what the Tessier-Lassard line can do here with Ty Adams and Connor Cunningham on defense.
Not 120 seconds left for us. We got a double header here tonight, Kyle.
That's right. We are just in the middle of, we're going to have 6 periods.
Yeah, Wyndham visiting Trinity, so stick around. You got good hockey, some division leaders here, and plenty to look forward to. Plenty to look forward to here as we're under 2 minutes and counting with BG up 2-0.
Backhanded try there by Tessier, got picked off easily. Now a lot of physicality in the corner with someone losing their stick.
Oh, lifting it up very nicely there was Cordero. He's had a good game. He's not on the board, but he's had a real good game. That one sails over the head of Velez and out to the blue line, kept in by the Cards, trying to do it one more time. Unable to do it, but back over to Santos, who's able to punch it into the neutral zone, far corner. And a big swat at it there by Cunningham. Can't get out of the zone. And BG's doing a great job of squeezing it on the boards and refusing to let it get out of the zone. That's why they've had so much time in possession today.
It's incredible to see what they're able to do, just finding an open man.
Great skating there by Cordero, zips it across, angular pass and feet, and it finds its way, but nobody home and can't get through.
And another icing there, so it will be Mac Tripp and Tyler Canton out there on defense with the likes of Johnny Nazara, and see what they can do here with Andrew Blaze out there as well.
All right, and going to the dot for the Cardinals already is Reed. Haven't called him yet today, and he's lining up against Blas. 47 ticks left in this second period. Again, Cardinals visiting from Nashua, up 2-0.
Just barely misses. No icing called on that as both players had a chance, and now a good job by Nazara in the corner.
Great speed by Nazara.
But BG coming back the other way.
Itaraga feeds, can't find the bottom of the slot. Nobody's home. Great poke away there by Tripp. Gets down to the ice and makes it stay home, but picking it up is McLean. He ricochets it off the boards and behind. Good job by Tripp to get back, and he's squeezed out by 2 Cards. And they fight for it as time ticks away. We're at 10 seconds and counting, folks.
Andrew Blaze down there as well.
That might be the way we finish.
I mean, you can barely even see Mac in that sea of green.
Finally, it squirts out, but this won't offer anybody an opportunity, and you can hear the horn sound, folks. Action-packed second period. Saw the Cardinals get on the board only with about halfway through, and then about 2 change left through the period. I couldn't get the time on that one. They got goal number 2 to take the 2-0 lead. But again, worst lead in hockey, folks, as Kyle Heavey just said. and plenty of work left to do in the second period.
BG has won both periods overall with their shots on net, and this is going to be a big intermission here for Manchester to try to get things squared away and possibly get one or two to make this a close game, because this is a game that they definitely need to win, and they have the capabilities. They just need to score on the power play and get some better shots on net.
All right, folks, go get your candy hearts out on this Valentine's Day, complete with prognostications, and see what it offers you. This is Rich McDonough and Kyle Heavey for Manchester Public Television's production of Division I boys hockey here in Manchester, New Hampshire. Boys are taking a break. We'll do the same, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for joining us. Welcome back to JFK Arena in Manchester, New Hampshire. Rich McDonough with Kyle Heavey presenting you New Hampshire NHIAA boys hockey Division I. We got a good match going between visiting Bishop Guertin Cardinals, defending champs, and the Manchester Kings at home ice. We had an extra long break, folks, on Valentine's Day. I'm sure there wasn't a whole lot of love, but probably a whole lot of discussions going on, because Manchester came off pretty hot with itself after surrendering two goals in the last 10 minutes there, Kyle.
Yeah, it was definitely extra long, and for Coach Baker and Coach Fisher, they're discussing things about, they're changing up some lines here, trying to get anything going, because it's only two-goal lead or deficit here.
Yeah.
And I know that I've been very impressed with the way that the Tessier-Lassard line have been working well.
Yeah, I was just about to say, the Kings are skating very well, and BG came out skating very well all game. But Manchester is playing right with them. They just got a couple of extra ricochets that BG was able to poke in, and we got our first icing call here. Goalie freeze at 14:25.
Into the netting it goes. So
over in front of the Young family. Not Young, but they're named Young, and I coach their kid. We've named him a couple times. Caleb Young, number 8. He's a senior defenseman for the Cardinals. Nice kid, nice family.
Manchester is certainly starting to get a little bit more physical here, as they have been able to keep the puck in the zone here. And as I say that, it comes the other way.
Well, and that kind of looked like what their message had been, if I can read body language after coaching 30 years. And when Mac Tripp came out of the locker room, he looked very intense, almost like Andre the Giant looked when he was wrestling here 1,000 years ago. This one kept in nicely by said Caleb Young, and he zips it over to the corner. Good job there, cranking it outside. And here comes a rush, and it's number 2, Martin, almost connecting, and he gets taken down to the ice. 13:40. We'll see what the refs have in store for us. No harm, no foul.
So close.
I thought he got his boot there.
And
nothing doing.
Yeah, no one's taking a trip to the bin. So
some of the Manchester faithful were looking for it. Goes to the dot, and coming up with it are the Cardinals. Rolling down the ice comes Miller. He gets all the way across, feeds it to the opposite slot, and Trepanier can't get it down, but nice job keeping it in up top by Kelly. Kelly zips it to the paint, and around and down, come with it, are the Cardinals. Squirts to the corner where Cunningham picks it up, gets it to the half wall, and that's as far as she goes before Kelly picks it up again. That one did not get outside the blue. Kind of looked like it did there, Kyle.
It certainly wasn't close, but it was still on the, still had some blue on it.
Let's go to the videotape, as Warner Wolf used to say. All right, but good job golfing that one in by Nasura. He's been skating real fast. Looking for him to make an impact here in the third quarter. Too much football.
Third period.
Third period, thank you.
And we got a delayed offsides
Did I
for
say
the
too
Cardinals.
Much football? Is that possible?
Unfortunately, we won't have any for 9 months now.
Oh.
Big shot there.
I saw a meme that somebody sent out a couple days ago. It said 7 months, 20 days, and 3 hours.
Stolen here in the offensive zone. Shot just misses.
Well, I think a little deflection there by McLean helped usher that one to the right corner. And McLean golfs it out to the half wall. BG picks it up and gets it into the neutral zone and down. Nice backside pass and a lift and a good snapshot there by Cordero. And Velez saw the whole thing the whole way. And 12-13 remaining in the third, down 2-zip. And Velez will see this face-off come to his left.
will be Velez, Martin, as well as McLaughlin out here on this line. And Joey wins the faceoff and is able to get it out. And now a miscommunication there.
Nice breaks put on there by Young. But the younger Velez in the cage was sitting there probably telling his brother to win it.
It worked out since that was going to be another advantage.
A lot of family power on the ice here today. Excellent poke away by Caleb Young again. And he is skating like a you-know-what right now. He is putting into an extra gear, getting to every puck. And here come the Cards in the neutral zone and into their own zone. Nice play along the wall there by McLaughlin.
Out of the zone. And
Les gets it over, gets to the red line, and up and over and into the benches and the bosses.
Well, it's been in both benches. It's been in one penalty box. It's been up here. These pucks are wild today.
I'm just glad I didn't have to go for some stitches over to the Elliott.
Well, I know that from what I heard, Connor Cunningham got hit in the ear and he had to get stitched up and went back in a couple weeks ago when we were not at that game.
Well, and who's doing our announcing again, Kyle, at the PA?
Peter.
And he did get hit, he said.
Yeah, he wants to see that replay later on for sure. As,
well, all the ultra marathoning, he's, made of steel at this point. He can take it. All right, the Kings get it all the way back in their own zone. They're trying to get it out. Nothing doing. It does squirt loose from Reed.
Puck bouncing everywhere right here.
By Cunningham.
And able to change out now. We'll see the Tessier-Lassard line out here. And they're able to take it away on net.
Rare occasion.
He just
can't get that out.
Barely misses.
Oh, my goodness. And that was Tessier skating like he was on greased rails and had that thing looking right at him, and he couldn't bury that one. I thought it was going in, Kyle.
I saw it hit off the leg pad, and it seemed like half the net was open for availability and just did not get the right angle on it.
It's because Hayes didn't have a bottle up on that net. There was nothing for him to break.
It's a very, very good point.
Yeah, because we've seen Tessier shoot, and he does have the bottle rocket.
It certainly does. And
that one finds its way into the corner, but it's all Kings as we work our way down to 10 minutes. 5 minutes just like that. In this third period, picking it up there is Trepanier again. He gets it across and down and over to the corner. Picking it up there was Miller. Miller gets accosted by the Kings, and Trepanier comes up with it and gets it to the corner, gets it up to the half wall, puts on the brakes, and decides to think better of it. Nice job by Tate shielding the pass. Oh, and a quick opportunity there by Cam Miller, who's been skating hard in this shift. And we got an icing at 9:46, and I think the Kings feel like they just had to get that one up and down.
That was a great one-timer, but Velez was up for the task there. And, Manchester's has great chances here. They just got to get the puck in the other end of the zone, and now we'll see what Cam Preventure can do. Gets the face-off win, and Cunningham has to skate around.
And Preventure gets it up to the half wall. Nice spacing and good work by the Kings. They loft it in and behind Hayes right there. Watches it sail by him, and it ricochets out, and back come the Cards.
Cade Tripp had it so close to getting an open, at least a goal on that. He'll look back at that replay and wonder how he missed it. But it's easier said from up here when you can see where the puck's going.
All right, and O'Hearn tried it, got to the pads of somebody in that throng. And at 9:12, we're going to see him do it again.
Looks like we're going to have Velez, McLaughlin, and Martin out here with a mixture of Mac Tripp and Ty Adams on defense. So we'll see what Manchester can do with this line. Trying to get anything to go right now. And now.
Oh, and getting loose. Here's Martin. He gets too far. He gets below the line and has to go to corner, where he's kind of rubbed out by a pair of Cardinals. But this one trickles back to the corner where Martin gives chase and battling with Caleb Young. Caleb Young cycles it behind him and gets it over. Now it's at the half wall. Looks about to be frozen. No dice. That was a dangerous puck rolling across both slots and out to the far boards.
Joey Velez putting a lot of pressure on the Cardinals right now. and great job by Ty to keep that going. And Velez gets it on net.
Yeah, smart. Smart. Just get it in. A little frenetic action. This one ricochets across everything, crossing almost every line in the barn here, Kyle. And at 8:28, that's going to come down. We'll have a drop.
Great to see it right now is that they're putting a lot of pressure, and all it takes is a little bit of a crack, and who knows what can happen here if Manchester can get something going here.
I remember I was looking for my first deal back when I was a punk. My boss said, all it takes is one, and almost getting to the goal there was Tafe. And he couldn't get that off his blade and off his boots. And back down the ice comes McLean skating free. Rockets it into the corner where Cunningham picks it up, rifles it around to the half wall, and Tafe tries to get it up, but it stays airborne, now gets to the neutral zone. And Lassard gets it. More important that he get back to the line and back to the box and get some fresh legs on, and he does so, and Parsons comes on in relief. That was a good
delayed offsides on BG, so decides to just take it and send it down.
No, that was smart. He had to get off the ice anyway and get his captain in at the fence line. All right, and Kelly backpedaling, getting behind, and he does get out of the zone, taken there by Tripp. Tripp golfs it into and off the blocker of Connor Hayes.
That had some velocity on that
sure
one for
did.
sure.
Sure did.
The way that it just immediately went to the boards.
Nice back checking there by Provencher. And he steers it to the half wall, and coming up with it there was Tripp, the younger Tripp this time. And firing it out there was Brown. Brown sends it into the neutral zone. The Cards pick it up. And they're in no hurry, but this one squirts loose and gets to Provencher, who had a chance, but he just couldn't get the tape on the puck. And now back to Tripp, but losing the puck and going in, it's Cordero. Cordero feeds the slot, and it ricochets out to the near wall here, right under Kyle Heavey's camera, folks.
Joey Velez coming in hot. Oh!
Got right to the pads of Hayes, and he has some choice words as he coming to the near side here.
Some pressure being put on Mack here. It's going to be...
Yeah, well, they need to, because it's 6.5 left. Oh, and that one hits hard on the pad of Velez as he gets tied up there by Miller. Boy, it has gotten physical in the last 3 minutes. Nice roll by McLaughlin. Tries to get it in, but it's deflected to corner. Picking it up there is Martin. Martin gets it around, but can't hang on to it. And it gets up the slot, taken away by the Cards. And now they're in the neutral zone, 2-on-2. Good spacing by the Kings, but this one almost squirts by the left side of Velez, but it does go outside. Picking it up in the half wall and out is McLaughlin. Heavy contact there on the wall. Good block there by McLean.
Big collision there in that corner. Ryan Martin doing a great job of getting opportunities.
That's great skating shift, but got to put them in the net, baby. All right, we're at 5.5, folks. If the Kings are going to do something, they got to start doing it now.
Well, they're doing their best, but yes, they definitely need a goal here.
And I have almost no doubt this is what Gary Bishop talked about with the Cardinals. They're coming, they can skate, and they're physical, and they know this rink. Ah, nice back feed. Oh, can't get that one. Connor Hayes was backpedaling, and he couldn't get started, and rocketing down the ice there, looking for the pass was Itaraga. No pass coming, no ricochet coming, but he feeds it back, and that one hits the near post, almost goes in, and Velez dodging at another bullet. He's also kept out a lot of bullets on his own. Has had a very good day in the goal. Nice job getting between the legs there was Tessier. They need him right now. They need Tessier to assert himself. And he looks like he's ready to take the bull by the horn, but he's got to get the puck.
Cardinals doing a good job here.
What a fake. What a beautiful fake by Tokarski. He got the first goal of the game, folks. And we had another hot puck coming our way. Mercifully, this one stays out of the booth, but it does find a way over to the scorer's table. Holy smokes.
It ends up in some gear for the Pioneers who are ready for the ice.
Say hello to my fellow BG parents over there. No skin in the game. My son played football, Mike McDonough. Oh, and that one all squirts across and through the crease and out. Kings dodge another bullet, poking it to the corner, though. Nice job was Tripp and he rides his man into the boards over there. This one comes to the half wall, where rudely greeted there was Reed zipping it in on Cage with the Cardinals, and they get it to corner one more time. It's not finding the net, but they're chewing a ton of time, Kyle.
Certainly is working really well.
Whoa, a seeing eye puck there off the stick of Santos. Boy, Velez must feel like he's in a shooting gallery right now.
I mean, I actually looked back to see if this is a 6-on-5 waiting for Manchester to touch it, but it's just a strong legs from the Cardinals.
Almost getting blade on it was Caleb Young, and he is looking to get off the ice. Nothing doing. He doesn't have a chance yet because here comes Provencher. He zips it off the goalie and into the corner. We get a big set fresh legs here for the Kings, and this is where they got to put the pedal to the metal here, Kyle.
Ryan Martin working hard here.
Yeah, they got to leave it on the ice here. BG will be content to just throw that deep and let the clock tick down.
A 2-0 lead, 3:20 to go.
And no attack there. They're just looking to set up, kill some time. Now they get it back down into the bottom of the slot. That one ricochets off Velez and out to the right side. And now Kings get it up the ice. And here comes the steaming Velez. Backhands it, but nobody here at the top of the slot. And back to BG it goes. We are under 3, folks. And you got to go code red right now if you are the Manchester Kings.
Velez trying to tip it away. Martin going to the corner, trying to turn it around. And unfortunately, no defenseman was there on the blue line to send it down.
That was a hard shift by the Cardinals, and they get some fresh legs as a reward. Finally, nice puck handling there by Itaraga. He's been doing that all game. Nice leave, and that goes rocketing down the slot off the stick of Schultz. And Velez able to glove it one more time. Kyle, 2:27 on the clock. What do you say?
You know that Cam is going to have to come out sooner or later to try to get a 6-on-5, but at the same time, the Cardinals have been out skating the Kings in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
This faceoff is huge to see if Manchester can get something going, gets it out of the zone.
Yeah, all the action's been on this side of the ice for most part. And back come the Cardinals. I think they expected this, and they said, here's the game plan. We're going to be aggressive. We're going to throw it to space, and we're going to chew clock when we have to. Take your opportunities. Here with an opportunity is Tessier. I was saying he's got to get busy. Throws one up on right to the breadbasket and able to freeze that one at 2:05 is Connor Hayes, who's played a good game.
And here we are. Cam Velez is coming off, so it will be a 6-on-5. And looks like coming out will be Jake Lassard here on the faceoff.
Yeah, he fakes and goes
and
now
BG says they want to call a timeout to discuss things.
That makes sense. They've been emptying the tank in the last 3 or 4 minutes to keep the pressure on and keep possession. As we've seen, they've gone to the wall every time, gotten the trap, and gotten the puck at least frozen, if not stolen, when the Kings have tried to get it out of their D zone.
Certainly looking down at some Manchester players. Mac Tripp is going to take a seat right now. And actually, he's not taking a seat. It's actually Nick Brown who's taking a seat right now that I was looking at. So the 9 and the 3, kind of a tough angle if the shirt's set
I think
differently.
Right now, you want your big guns and experienced players. You want your team leaders in the game because you're going to have to go manufacture a grinding type of goal. With BG clogging it up and with Connor Hayes seeing the puck real well out of his cage.
Yeah, you got some Velez, Tafe, Tripp, all down there looking at this along with Andrew McLaughlin who's sitting out there. And
yep, and there's your who's who.
yeah, you got Jeremy Baker who's drawn up something very nicely here. And again, it all comes down to the face-off. And it's going to be Ryan Locken and a number of other
I'm trying my best to see around Coach Baker's elbow there, but I couldn't. I just saw some green squiggles.
He does a good job of making sure that we don't know everything that's happening as well. So that's big face-off here.
Lassard really needs to win this one, and that one just hops over the blade of Canton and back into the empty net, and that'll be a goal for Tokarski. He started us off. And he gets the third one for the Cardinals.
That was, again, that face-off is where it came down to. A puck just bounces, and a lot of frustration there with the puck just not, ending up on a Cardinal stick. And yeah, with a $1:57 to go, it's going to be a tough couple days here for Manchester to take this in.
They at least had the glow plugs in the diesel warming up a while ago. They might be turning the key to start up the engines.
And for Manchester, they will now play a Berlin-Gorham team on Saturday down here.
Are they D2?
They are actually D1, I believe. I will verify this. I know they've played BG earlier. They must be D2, but they play a lot of D1 teams.
Yeah, it's proximity. But then they got to play that Brady Merrimack Valley Concord Christian School. Look, they can do winnable games here. They won't get any points for playing for Berlin-Gorham, but they can get some points, and they need to get some points against Brady. And then they have to travel up to Bow, and then they finish. They finish with Londonderry here at JFK.
Tough task right there for sure.
It is a tough task, but they're firmly in the middle of the playoff hunt, and they showed they belong on the ice with the defending champs here today.
Rich, I quickly looked it up. Berlin is actually D3.
They're D3.
They are 15-0 this year.
I don't know all four divisions, or three.
They're only three,
me.
yes. Nice block right there.
Hockey catch up here. Young steers it behind, and more about long skating. He takes a shot. It goes wide to Velez's right as we wind toward the 1 minute mark, folks, here at JFK. The Cardinals now firmly in control after that Dukarski goal number 2 of the day. For its part, BG, they got to play Bedford at home, Salem at home, and then they have to travel to Exeter to round out the season. So it's winnable games for them. They owe Bedford a little bit of payback after a 4-0 loss last week. And, they were looking to just get off the schneid after dumping 2 in a row here and show they're back on track. And they came out skating like they were in demand today.
Yeah, and kudos to the Cardinals. This is their second trip up here to the J. Yeah. And after losing 5-2 to Trinity earlier in the season, now to get this potential 3-0 victory here versus a team that just played so well on Saturday, a 4-1 win versus Bedford were the Kings, and now to not get a single goal is a tough pill to swallow, and they're gonna have to work on some things looking into Saturday versus a team that hasn't lost this season.
Got to have one final icing call at 9.7 seconds. But look, for the coaches here, Fisher, Baker, Tafe, their goal, their mantra in all caps, and it's on all caps in my board here, make the tourney, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've been playing well. They've gotten into the rankings with Hockey Night in Boston. Props. That is progress, and you got to feel good. You're not looking for moral victories, but you're looking for enough victories to get into the tourney and take your shots. So they lose today. Okay, go take care of business against the teams and the clubs that you can fight with and, manufacture a win, and then you feel some mojo headed into tournament time. Your thoughts, Kyle?
Yeah, congratulations to the Cardinals on this win. That certainly is going to help them out as they will go to 9-5-1 now with a couple more points here. And now they got to be rooting for Manchester, who will be facing Bow in a few weeks. And Connor Hayes, you got to give him player of the game for sure, and doesn't allow a single goal and gets the big win. And for Manchester, like I said, they will have a tough task on Saturday, but we'll see them on Monday versus a Bishop Brady
I won't
team
be here with
that we'll miss you. But again, Bishop Brady 0-14. This could be exactly what they need. But as I saw Concord take down Memorial in basketball last night, with Concord only having one win coming into that game, anything's possible.
Well, I'll tell you, adding, Connor Hayes, great game. On the offensive side of things, worth noting that Joe Dukarski, senior forward, had a real good game. He had two goals, first and last, and he set the tone halfway through that first period as Cardinals looking to get off the schneid. But there we have it. It's a 3-0 win for the visiting Bishop Guertin Cardinals, defending champs in Division I. They take down the Kings today, and they up themselves a notch or two depending on what Bow and Hanover can do in the standings and the all-important playoff positions. But it's been a fun one here, Kyle.
Hey,
Why don't you take us out of here?
Get ready. We've got round 2 coming up between
Yeah.
Trinity and Wyndham. But for Executive Director Jason Cody, Operations Specialist Joe Lar, Operations Assistant Brendan McCormick, for Rich McDonough, my name is Kyle Heavey. It's been a pleasure to be with you with Manchester Public Television's coverage of high school hockey. We'll see you again soon. Have a good night.